just wanted you to know.
Switched up a little bit, right? Southside, that know me best. I feel like me and Taylor might still ask why I made that famous. I made that famous. For all the girls that get fuck Kanye West. If you see them in the streets, give them Kanye's best. They mad they ain't famous. They know they still famous. A man in the store trying to try his best, but he just can't seem to get Kanye fresh. But we still famous. Yeah, we still famous.
I just wanted you to know I loved you better than your own candy.
It's been 6 years since Keene State women's soccer has hosted an LEC tournament game and 9 years since they've hosted a semifinal. Tonight, Keene State looks to extend its undefeated conference streak in this LEC semifinal against the University of Southern Maine Huskies. Thanks for joining us here on the Owls Media Network on Flow Sports, and welcome to Dr. Ron Butcherfield on the campus of Keene State College. I'm Carson Flake, joined by Elias Stoll-Aliman and Teddy Steinberg.
Carson, Teddy, it is a pleasure to be here. Keene State has put together an unforgettable bounce-back season. After failing to make the conference tournament since 2021, the Owls have managed to go undefeated in conference and secure a first-round bye thanks to a win against Vermont State Castleton to finish the regular season. Teddy, a penny for your thoughts on this one.
Well, Elias, it's going to be a great one tonight. I'm sure it is. Everyone here knows it will be. Keene State went 4-0-4 this season. They won their last 6 games, and they've picked up all kinds of momentum ahead of today's contest. The ties have been the story of the season. They started 0-4 in conference play, and when these two teams faced off earlier in the year here at Dr. Ron Butcherfield, that was the case, with the game finishing 2-2, as well as a heated ending as well. 3 penalty kicks that game for Southern Maine. We should be in for a good one.
Yeah, junior Elizabeth Shuden has led this team to the number 2 seed in the LEC with 21 points coming by way of 8 goals and 5 assists. First year Michaela Ryan is close behind Shuden with 4 goals to her name. Both players will certainly be looking to make a massive impact tonight.
And Carson, on the Huskies side, Megan Prisabilla has scored a whopping 13 goals and recorded 8 assists. 2 of those goals, Carson, came against the Owls, both of them on controversial penalty kicks. But in just her second season at Southern Maine, she has asserted herself as one of the best players in the conference.
Yeah, it's going to be a good one, and I think everyone is excited. There's lots of fans here at Dr. Ron Butcherfield, and we came pumped up. And the best part is we've painted the owl in the middle of the field, so a little bit more exciting atmosphere for this one.
Absolutely. We are more than excited.
Let's go over the starting lineup for University of Southern Maine. Elias, take it away.
In goal, Maddie Cook. Playing right back, Sierra Hill. Playing center back, Riley Reichel. Another center back, Lexi Morin. At left back, Brittany Hill. A midfielder at 10, Megan Prisbilla. A midfielder, number 13, Caden Smith. Up front, we have senior Devon Sherry, sophomore Michaela Majid, and senior Aaron Caston-Guang.
Yeah, definitely a good lineup there for Southern Maine. We talked about their highlighted player being Prisabilla. Leads the team by such a margin. She's not going to get beat by the rest of the season in goals and in points. Was honorable mention her freshman year for the Little East Conference, as we are about to get underway here in Keene, New Hampshire. Keely Giordano kicks us off, and we're underway with the Owls attacking from left to right in white, and University of Southern Maine Huskies right to left in their blues. Shuden starts on the ball for the Owls. Ball stays in just barely. And now Saab clears it forward. Giordano switched up from originally playing in the back actually this season and has moved towards the front and has been very successful. Got her first career goal just a couple weeks ago and then followed that up with a couple more goals afterwards.
Yeah, she's been really a stud on offense for the Owls this year, that main speed piece up front.
It's now a good attacking throw in here. Opportunity for the Owls. Giordano looks to get into it. Kenyon's going to throw it in. And here's a look at the starters for Keene State.
And also, before we talk about the starters, take a look at the bottom of your screen there. Eastern Connecticut, the number 1 seed, has fallen. So all Keene State needs to do to host the championship here on Saturday is win.
Yeah, absolutely. So this is going to be a good chance for Keene State to do exactly that. As a chance early here for Shuden. Gets the ball played into her. It's outside to Kenyon. Still in play. Shuden gets a crack on goal. Doesn't get anything from it.
And with this stoppage in play here, we'll take a look at the Keene State starters. You saw them on your screen briefly, but Riley Andriski in net. Kinsey Dunnigan on defense. Bryn Dickinson, Claire Halligan, Giordano up front. Stolfi on the back end. Kenyon, Shuden also up front for Keene State. Elise Saab, Leland, and O'Connell round out the Owl 11.
Yeah, definitely some unique faces in there. A lot of young players we're seeing. For example, Leland, she's playing defense, and man, she's been money so far this season. But just the freshman, she comes out of Brimfield, Mass. So making her impact known, definitely, as well as, other names. Michaela Ryan, a freshman as well, second on the team in goals. Kylie Raposa, also a freshman, getting very valuable minutes this season so far. And then on the flip side, Prisabilla, also a sophomore. So team leaders in the future, we could probably see this exact matchup in the next couple of years in the playoffs. So Keene State's going to reset play here. Elise Saab's going to take it in the backfield and just dump it back to the Huskies. Here's a chance for the Huskies. No problem there from Stolfi. Saab finds Giordano, tries to get a quick one turned. She's one-on-one with the defender, plays it out wide. Here's Allison Kenyon. Kenyon gets a shot, oh, just outside. That's a great piece of play there.
Absolutely, and you can see the body feint from Giordano opening up the space there on the left side for Kenyon. That is actually something that mystified me before the game. I thought Kenyon would start centrally and Giordano would float out to the left, given her speed.
We argued about this one.
We did. An interesting tactical decision, but one that in the early days has paid off for Coach Testo.
Yeah, we'll see if it pays off here tonight, as here's a chance now for the Huskies. On the ball is Caden Smith. Caden Smith facing Saab. Saab wins the battle. But the Huskies win a corner kick by way of out of bounds on the far side, assistant referee.
And there wasn't too much there at the outside of the box, obviously a little bit, but so far in these first 3.5 minutes, I've seen the Owls play physically. And we touched on some controversy in the regular season matchup between these two teams. All the contact was going Southern Maine's way, whether it was in the box or at midfield. So I want to see how the Owls can handle it. It is a playoff game, so the refs will let them play a little bit more, but I do want to see how that will play a factor here tonight.
Here's the kick taken from Reichel, cleared out of the box. Prisabilla on the ball. Keene State does well to defend it. Giordano, the first person to get there, loses it right away, but now back. Here's a chance, though. Elizabeth Shuden tries to get there, and the Huskies will just reset in the backfield and then end up dumping it long. Originally played there by Leland. Is that a foul? No, not this time. Here's a chance here for the Southern Maine Huskies, and they get it to go. Riley Rachel gets the score. He started less than 5 minutes into the game.
And Carson, I don't understand how that's not a foul there outside the box. I'm looking right at it. She's throwing the shoulder into the Owl defender. She is throwing the shoulder. Then again, a great shot, obviously, by Rachel. Can't deny that, but
yeah, we'll see as the game progresses. Lots of time left in soccer. One goal can kind of just wake you up, especially when it comes this early. So we'll see if Keene State can respond well. Whereas that's exactly the dream start if you are the Huskies.
It is the dream start, but I would say if I'm Coach Tester right now, I would be absolutely clueless as to what that decision was there. A clear arm out extension, bodying Stolfi off the ball, and then in the direct build-up to the goal with the
Here's
assist.
a chance, though. Sorry, go ahead, though.
All good. No, that is a questionable decision from the referee, and as Teddy said, in the reverse fixture, this was a pattern. And to see this in the early beginning of this game could be a story for the long haul.
We'll have to see. Sometimes the officials, the first couple minutes, see how the game settles in. It hasn't really had a chance to settle in. As another chance will be created, though, for the Huskies, but not on Elise Saab's watch. But yeah, Martin Keene can't be happier with an early goal like that. It's his second season at the helm. And is maybe that a foul? No. Referee says play on. Elizabeth Schuden's on the ball. Can't find her teammate. Now here's another chance for the Huskies. Ball played into the box. Stolfi gets it done. No problem there. Here's Emily O'Connell. Plays it up the wing. Can't find a teammate. Now ball played out wide. This time it's Smith. Handball called. Referee makes himself known now. Yeah, there's a look at the head coach, Sarah Testo. Put together a fantastic season after really, really struggling. They went winless in their conference last year. 0-4-4, the final record for them last year. And what a way to turn it around this year.
Polar opposite.
Complete opposite. Here's Prisabilla. trying to do what she's done all season. Puts a shot on net, just wide.
And in the past few minutes since the Southern Maine goal, I haven't been too disappointed with the Owls. They've really been on the attack. They had that point-blank chance there that Carson had to interrupt Elias for. They haven't really been too, what's the word I'm looking for? They haven't been too poor on offense to this date.
Sure.
They've been playing pretty well. They had their chances.
Here's another chance that gets fizzled out there for the Huskies. But Rachel's going to be back on the ball. Does a little tiki-taka piece of play with Prisabilla. Here's the cross sent into the box. To the far side, it's Smith. Wasn't there.
Oh!
Is that a foul? No, referee says play on, so we're playing a lot here today. Unless it's a handball, we're playing.
Like I mentioned, a physical game here tonight.
Shot from long distance and saved by Riley Andriski. That shot coming from Caden Smith.
And Keene State caught a lucky break about 20 seconds earlier. They had a player, believe it was O'Connell, slip right on top of the ball. Luckily, the follow-up shot from Southern Maine got blocked. But the save is made, and now we'll have a corner here.
But pressure mounting on Keene State right now.
Yes, absolutely.
The play has been all in and around their 18-yard box, and Coach Tessa will be wanting that to change in a hurry.
One thing we talked about early in this season was Keene State allowing early goals, and that has been the case today. But interesting enough, it comes from Prisabilla, who leads the team with 13 goals. However, Riley Reichel now only 3 goals behind with 10 to her name. Here's another chance for the Huskies. Played down to the byline. Here's the cross in. Saab tries to clear it away, but only as far as a fellow Husky. And Bryn Dickinson resets the play for the Owls. And now here's Elizabeth shooting just too far, out of reach.
And that's twice now on that Owl left side. That's Kinsey Donegan, I believe, playing left back, who's been exposed twice to the same ball. The right flank, something to watch out for Southern Maine.
Definitely, and they've been kind of attacking down that side and being successful over there, a lot more successful than down Elise Saab's side for that matter. Here's this time they're going to try to go for Elise Saab, and she does her job perfectly. Referee says no handball, play on. Keely Giordano tries to get it. Bryn Dickinson picks it back up. Shooting, gets a touch on the ball. That ball played into Allison Kenyon. Just too far. Great save made there by Maddie Cook. That's a better piece of play, though, if we are talking about the Owls finding Kenyon or finding Giordano with time and space. Definitely will be some keys to success. Bryn Dickinson's going to win that punt there off of Cook, and it sends it right back to her.
Yeah, and touching back on Maddie Cook, a taller goalkeeper. From our point of view, I want to see how the Owls will do moving the ball around, trying to get her to move as much as possible to try and find that opening.
Yeah, Cook, the freshman goalkeeper, stands at 5'9", and has already gotten multiple touches here in the last minute and a half, I'd say. Allison Kenyon tried to get it to go. It's going to be a Keene throw-in. So we continue here as the Owls look to create another chance. And that ball thrown out of bounds for a Huskies goal kick.
And just touching back to the weakness on the Owls' flanks, they're currently set up in a 4-2-3-1 as opposed to Southern Maine's 4-3-3. So the space in the game for Southern Maine will be on either the right or left flank, with O'Connell and Halligan playing in that midfield, staying compact for Keene State.
Yeah, absolutely. When you play with those 2 6s in the back, it creates a little bit more of, you don't have to worry about that transition defense as much, but then on the attacking side, you could get exposed really quickly. As Kenyon looks to do exactly that, and here's a chance, and it's a penalty! This time the penalty goes the Owls' way.
And I called that regular season game here, Carson and Elias, and we didn't see any of that for the Owls. A huge opportunity here early in the first half to knot things up at 1.
I have to say, it was brilliant from Kenyon.
Yes.
Inside the box, step over, beats her marker, and is fouled in the box, and this one will be taken by...
That's Emily O'Connell, who will take the goal penalty kick for Keene State. She scored on the penalty kick against Westfield State, which was the game winner in that 1-0 W here at Dr. Ron Butcher Field. And here she goes.
Here's
again.
O'Connell from the mark. Slots it home. Keene State ties it up early in the first half. Emily O'Connell
makes no mistake from the spot. 12 yards out, going hard right to the keeper's left and finding the back of the net with authority. Emily O'Connell, we have a tie game here at Dr. Ron Butcher Field.
Yeah, an absolute perfect finish. If you're Emily O'Connell, slots it into the side netting.
And I want to touch back on Allison Kenyon. Obviously, Elias, you mentioned her work in the box there. That is just, it's still stunning. Making that great footwork, getting around the defender, and drawing the penalty all in the same play. That's leadership right there.
Absolutely, Teddy.
Yeah, and what a response there from the Owls now. Basically wipes out that early goal. No problem. 1-1. You could say it's 0-0.
It is a brand new ball game. You are correct, Carson.
And you heard it there on the goal, but the fans continue to pour into Dr. Ron Butcher Field, and that atmosphere is only going to get better as this game gets further going.
And the official is going to have a quick conference with University of Southern Maine player. Can't tell her number from here. What is that, 23? 28? I'm going to say 23, Devin Sherry. That is 23.
Correct.
So she must have been saying something, wasn't happy with the official's decision. He does his
she
job to
didn't know
calm
whose
her
ball
down
it was.
and try to prevent any future issues. But we'll see how that happens. There's a lot of time to play.
I like the refereeing there. He didn't go straight to the pocket, straight to the cards. He's willing to have a conversation with players first.
I know you'd always like that, Elias, but sometimes it doesn't happen.
Sometimes it doesn't.
Here's Giordano. Tried to win it off that long ball attempt. And now USM tried to restart play themselves. Shoot-ins had other ideas. Allison Kenyon outside on the far side. And the Huskies retain possession. Here's a chance for Smith. Smith finds Megan. Smith again on the sideline. Sends the cross in. First time hit effort. Ball still pinging around in the box. And cleared away by Keene State. Yeah, that was a good chance there for Lexi Morin. She tried to hit it off the volley.
Yeah.
Fortunately, just misplayed it, but put the ball in a dangerous area.
And I touched on this earlier. Obviously, it was before the Keene State goal, and obviously the Keene State goal came off the penalty, but it was in response to the Huskies goal. They haven't been diminished offensively. They've really still been on their game, generating chances and saying, hey, we're not out of this game yet. Scoreboard is the time is right here. The time is right on ours, and it's back up now. We briefly lost power with the scoreboard, but we're all set.
Yeah, interesting enough. There's only been one foul called this game so far, and it was that penalty as Saab heads that back to Andriski. But interesting, both goals have came off of a referee decision. One of them a no call, one of them a call, if you really think about it and break it down. The only other foul called this game was that handball. And it'll be interesting to see how that affects the rest of the game. And a shot attempt from long range. Just over the goal. That's Michaela Magid.
And Magid just found a bit of space there at the top of the 18, unmarked. Ball fell to her, and she had, honestly, a great strike.
Yeah.
Just crept over the left upright.
Yeah, we've seen many times People love to score from long distance because I feel like it's because of the net. You get to see the cool like ripple effect in the net, the box nets here at Dr. Ron Butcher Field. We've seen some of those kinds of goals quite a few times in the men's season, and a couple times from long distance. Michaela Ryan, 2 of those goals coming from probably 25-plus yards out.
Yeah.
Here's another long-range chance. No problem this time for Andriski. Andriski gets it out wide quickly to Dickinson. Dickinson, can she find shooting? No. All ball, says the referee. Here's another chance for the Huskies. Gatz tried to get it to go. Instead, it's a throw-in. Again for the Huskies. Well defended there by the Owls.
Yeah, and I like the call the referee made there. I like the no call. It was all incidental contact. They were both going forward. There was really no initiated play there, so I like the play on.
I would agree with you on that one, Teddy. You were a referee hater, and now you're a fan.
I just like when it's clean.
That throw-in taken long distance. Shot attempt from Smith to no avail. Allison Kenyon tries to bring it up to the left side of the field and finds her teammate shooting.
That's brilliant.
Shooting. Yeah, beautiful piece of play there from the Owls. Can they keep it going? Yes, they can. Oh, and a foul called. That's surely a yellow card for stopping promising attack. Referee stops the clock, calls her over, and issues the yellow card.
And Allison Kenyon causing all sorts of problems over there on that left side. I have to say, what a turn it was from shooting to open up the play.
Yeah,
and
that
the
was
blue ball was
beautiful.
inch perfect.
And Kenyon's speed basically gave Hill no choice but to foul her and gets into the book early.
That's that track speed. Remember, Allison Kenyon, also a member of the Owls track and field team.
Additionally, Giordano as well in the track and field team. So you want that
And
speed
Dickinson.
up top. And Dickinson, everyone.
Everyone.
So the yellow card, that goes on Erin Castonguay.
No, I think it was on Brittany Hill.
No.
Okay. Here's the chance. Was that a foul attempt? No, referee says, get up, play on. Here's Elise Saab, though, on the near side. She finds Giordano. Giordano dribbles around the keeper. Ball crossed into the box. Shot attempt, no good. Here's Elise Saab. Can she pump it back in? She does exactly that. Finds Giordano. To no avail. Keene State still has it on the top of the box. Elizabeth Shuden shows her moves, finds her roommate, Elise Saab. Elise Saab plays it in, and saved there by Maddie Cook.
Yeah, what a sequence of events there, Carson, huh? Everyone was flailing around trying to get a touch on the ball. Just no one was really able to get good contact on it.
Classic college soccer right there. You just kind of get the ball in the dangerous area and hope somebody pokes it in.
A little bit of ping pong never hurts. The last 10 minutes have been heavily dominated by Keene State. I would say they've kind of found a way to get through that initial line of pressure from University of Southern Maine. And you can see that left flank, as I previously noted, is wide open. And the pressure's going to mount eventually here for Keene State.
Yeah, definitely a turn of events. What a response from Keene State, as we're going to be seeing a substitution. Alexis Fortuna Ramos is subbing into the game.
That was Carson's best Spanish.
And Elise, I want to touch back on you talked about the left flank for Keene State. It's really that side of the field. It's the right flank for Southern Maine we've seen on Kinsey Dunnigan so far. Now it's that left side over there on the Husky defender.
And often it just comes down to the foot dominance of the player on that side.
True.
Obviously, we've seen the Owls use Bryn Dickinson a lot in other games. Obviously, she has the speed to get around, but heavily preferring Kenyon, and it might just have to be with the matchup with the USM defender.
Yeah, absolutely. Kenyon, right-footed player, but definitely we've already seen that matchup become, apparent in this game. Her speed is just practically unbeatable. And when you combine her with Giordano up top, it's basically one of them is going to be free. It's who do you want to guard? And Drisky's going to take the goal kick. Finds Shuden. Shuden can't do too much with it. Saab attempts to keep it in. Unsuccessful with that one. It's a chilly night here in Keene. Could be chillier for this time of year, to be fair.
Absolutely.
Essentially some showers on the way as well, I believe, unless it's already drizzling out there.
Yeah, it was sprinkling earlier when I was at practice. It's 47 degrees. But that's perfect soccer weather. I don't know about you, Elias, but
Bryn Dickinson's
this is
down.
definitely-
Bryn Dickinson's down as she is slow to get up, limping on that left leg.
she says she's good. Is that a foul call? Referee, yep, probably is a foul. So now chance for the Huskies. They get their first foul in their direction. 20 minutes into the game.
That was Halligan with the sliding challenge.
Yeah, pretty gruesome challenge there.
Gruesome challenge, setting the tone there from Halligan, but now it has presented USM with an opportunity to attack from that right flank yet again, this time with a free kick.
Yeah, Rachel, the goal scorer, is going to take this free kick. Serves it into the box. Cleared out by the Owls. Now a chance for Kenyon. Play on, says the referee. Here's Rachel again. Played outside this time. It's Magid. Foul again there as Keely Giordano had a fantastic hold-up play there. Did her job perfectly because she didn't have numbers, I don't think.
Yeah, it's a good take, a good draw there by Giordano, giving the Owls possession and a chance to get the ball further upfield.
Perfect.
That hold-up play, obviously a big element of this Owls offense. They love to send it up to the striker, have them hold the ball up, and then send a winger through.
Yeah, interesting. Normally we see Allison Kenyon doing that hold-up play job, but she's been almost more dynamic this time, and Giordano's doing that hold-up play. I'd almost wonder, as the game moves on, if maybe Testo will switch the two of them and see if they'll maybe mark differently and see how that goes.
Absolutely a possibility and worthwhile in an effort to expose this USM defense. There's another crunching tackle.
Yeah, that was crunchy. Now the ball, playing volleyball now. If you want to catch the volleyball game, there's another game on Friday. Leah Stoll-Alamon will be on the call for that one. Additionally, other Keene State athletics, hockey plays Friday, women's hockey and men's hockey play on Saturday. Women's hockey getting their home opener after being 2-0 this weekend on the road.
Carson, you and I will be on the call for that one. It should be a very fun matchup for the first LEC game for Keene State women's hockey. Keene State men's hockey has their first LEC game on Friday night. You'll hear me on the call as well as Ryan Goodwin. And also don't forget, LEC semifinal for field hockey is here tomorrow night. So tune in for that one. You'll hear me and Ryan Goodwin on the call for that.
All sorts of good stuff going on here on the Owls Media Network, powered by Flow Sports.
That was a great chop there. Caleb Magid.
Shooten wins the ball back for the Owls and hits the referee, probably something that some of the fans are appreciating. As they have not been too happy with the officials' decisions. It's going to be a drop ball.
And down below us, we're seeing two subs preparing to come on for Keene State, having a chat with Coach Ike McMillan. It seems to be Michaela Ryan and Kaylee Cormier, both wingers, both dynamic and speedy.
Yeah, we've talked about Kaylee Cormier being one of those super subs that you can sub in and know she's going to make a solid impact with low mistakes. And then Michaela Ryan, obviously, second on the team in goals. Someone you definitely want on the field, too. So
Not a bad play to bring off your bench, person.
Two not bad players to bring off your bench.
And Michaela Ryan, the goal scorer who gave Keene the first round bye here, allowed them to get that extra rest before tonight's game.
Leland finds Shooten with time and space. What can she do this time? Takes a touch around the defender. Shooten. And a foul called again here for the Owls. So it's been a very physical game so far, especially in the attacking third for each team.
Yeah, from my eyes, though, that was a good sell job by Shooten. I didn't see too much contact, but it gives the Owls a good chance at a free kick here.
Classic soccer move. So Keene State looks to grab the lead here. Still pretty early in the first half. Juliana Stolfi is going to take this free kick. Maddie Cook sets her wall. Stolfi's ready to go. Here's the service. Shot attempt on goal. Hits the crossbar. Another chance for Shooten. Just over the bar. Man,
What a strike from Juliana Stolfi. I've never seen that before.
Who
What a
would have
hit.
thought? I'm thinking surely she's serving that to find somebody else. She said, no, I want to shoot. I want to get a goal.
Carson, if that went in, if this place had a roof, it would have been sent to Swansea.
Well,
Just down the road.
our press box has a roof, so we can help make that happen, you know?
Juliana Stolfi, the center back, the right back turned center back in the latter half of this season. Lined up to take the free kick. I thought for sure it was a service, Carson. I thought for sure. But instead, what a brilliant strike,
And
rattling the crossbar.
A very heads-up play there from Shuden to create that second chance, just a bit off the mark with her header attempt. But now Keene State really showing some life here with 20 minutes left in the first half.
Yeah, the subs have come on for Keene State. Kayla Ryan in for Allison Kenyon and Haley Cormier in for Bryn Dickinson.
That's a positive first touch from Ryan.
Yeah, I was about to say that. Shooting seems like she's playing with a lot of confidence, willing to take players one-on-one. And now here's a chance for Giordano. Slips on the grass. It's an interesting surface out there, a little bit wet, a little bit bumpy. But we love the grass surface here at Dr. Ron Butcher Field. And Kaylee Cormier commits a foul as her first play.
Yeah.
So a stark difference between the two substitutes.
Complete opposites.
Southern Maine also has a sub waiting to check in. Maddie Sanis is there on the sideline waiting.
Yeah, that ball originally taken quickly, but it was still rolling. Official caught that quickly and resets play as Southern Maine looks to take another attacking chance. Free kick. This time it's not a shot like Stolfi would have done. Chance for Southern Maine. Well played there by Michaela Ryan. Play on, says the referee. We continue. Here's the cross attempt. Just barely missed.
Game of inches, Carson.
Game of inches is
that
right.
That was a beautiful cross by Rachel.
Exactly where you want to put it, right in between the 6-yard box and the goal line. And Drisky was stumped. She didn't know whether to come out or not.
Yeah, it's definitely a tough play and decision there because you have to respect the header, but also it could be headed on goal, so what do?
You also have to take the risk of it being a dangerous play with the goalie and the player colliding. We saw that in your guys' game against Castleton. That one was unfortunate.
If I'm the goalie, I'm okay with colliding there. And Keene State does well somewhat to get out of that, and they do this time. Now Giordano, can she turn? Plays the ball up the right side. Can't find Shuden. Michaela Ryan, though, doing a great job stepping into that. You know, she's at the winger role, but I feel like she's playing pretty deep.
Yeah, she's kind of been in that wing-back role
Yeah.
early. And she's won well, winning her duels, pushing the team up the field.
Now Elise Saab defends that well. And Kaylee Cormier now gets her first touch of the game. Ball played out wide. This time it's Rachel. Got that goal early in the game to get the scoring started.
Well done from Halligan.
And Halligan gets it out for Southern Maine. Well,
And another sub looking to check in for the Owls. That's number 35, Marissa McCarney. I'm sure she'll slide right into the 6th role for the Owls. Also warming up
Paige Smith.
is Paige Smith, the center back. So defensive-minded changes coming from Coach Sarah Testo and Ike McMillan as we wind down the final 17 minutes of this first half here at Dr. Ron Butcher Field.
Yeah, and my guess is Smith will replace Leland as Leland really took over the starting role over Paige Smith as the season progressed.
It's true. So those substitutions will come in on the next chance. However, it's a throw-in for the Huskies, which means Keene State cannot sub. The Huskies, here is a chance. Long-range effort. Finds Sanis. Sanis couldn't get around Saab there. Saab absolutely locking it down at right back right now. I don't think anyone's dribbled around her yet.
And it's interesting, Carson, because if you're watching at the beginning of the season, it was Saab who was starting inside at center back and Juliana Stolfi who was playing right back. They've kind of made that switch mid-season, and both players have flourished in their new roles.
Yeah, I think a lot of those changes have kind of happened, moving players around different parts of the field, and those changes have turned to be very successful, considering the last 5 games they won the games after, having a rough start to the start of the season.
Absolutely, as it will be Claire Halligan replaced by Marissa McCarney and Paige Smith in for Kinsey Donegan.
So some good rotation. Sometimes it's nice to get those starters out so they're, ready to go when the second half gets going, because that could be a 45-minute half where you don't get that sub. Giordano takes a touch off her chest down the line. Can she find options? Big touch, but out for a Keene State corner. So a good chance now for Keene State to try to take the lead.
Yeah, and a good play there by Giordano. She was the only one down there. She made the most of it. Ended up getting the corner for Keene State.
I agree.
Now this is interesting. The Owls seemingly only leaving 2 back to defend 3. It's Paige Smith and Keely Giordano who are back.
That corner taken. And it's going to be another one. Michaela Ryan's taking these corners. That time she probably mishit it a little bit. We'll see if she can serve it further into the back post this time. Keeps it low, under hit. And now Keely Giordano playing center back. Puts the ball back towards the Huskies. And the Huskies counter is unsuccessful. So now Paige Smith's going to get it going for the Owls as they try to regain possession. Michaela Ryan couldn't get around the defender. It's out for an Owls throw. Smith throws it in, can't find Shootin. McCarney picks it up. Another chance for Smith to find Shootin. This time she's successful. Shootin, however, couldn't retain the possession. Here's another chance for Shootin.
What a spin.
Shooting, doing what she's done all season. Finds Michaela Ryan this time. That shot / cross attempt just wide.
And Shooting again has just been, for all my soccer lovers out there, that's the Iniesta of Keene State's midfield. Just threading everything through, driving the ball forward. It's been brilliant.
Yeah, she's showing her tech, definitely.
The tech.
Here's Cormier back to Shootin. 1-2 play from Cormier and Shootin. Another chance for Shootin as she looks to be a little bit tired. Staying back a little bit more, waiting for her moment. As the Huskies try to get a quick counter going. And here's Rachel. She plays it down the line. This is Sanis. Sanis to the byline. Cuts it back. Cross attempt blocked by Smith. And out of bounds here for the Owls. It's a throw-in. Fans not happy with the officials, but very happy of how the Owls have been playing. McCarney finds Michaela Ryan. Originally had time and space, but probably took a missed touch there. But she wins it back for the Owls. Michaela Ryan plays it out wide to Cormier. Cormier resets play. And here's the cross attempt. It's Giordano. Tries to flick it past the goalkeeper. This time over the goal. What a ball there from Emily O'Connell.
That was a great ball from Emily O'Connell, just picking out Giordano's run, splitting both center backs, and Giordano unfortunate not to get it at the first attempt and just unlucky on the second.
Yeah, that's one of those where you just kind of flick it and you hope that it magically gets over the goalkeeper. And as a goalkeeper, you're praying that it hits you in that case too. This time the soccer gods wanted to keep the stalemate in this game.
A look at Keene State royalty in terms of the coaches here, as well as Aiden Davis, one of the members of the Keene State golf team.
Yeah, you've got representatives from the baseball, the soccer, the field hockey, all in support here. Owls supporting Owls. And quite a few members of those respective teams in the stands tonight as well. Elise Saab has moved over to the left side. So now she's taking the throw-ins, and I'd be curious, now do they start pumping it down Smith's side, or do they continue to try the left side?
I would say anything they've thrown at Elise Saab in the past 34 minutes has been
unsuccessful.
Thrown right back at them.
Yeah.
So Paige Smith probably the player to target, although she is also a good one-on-one defender in her own right.
Here's a chance for the Huskies as they do try to target Smith. But Riley Andriski picks it up to retain possession for the Owls. 11 minutes remaining, Elias. What are the keys to success here as before the half?
I would say the P word, persistence. What the Owls have been doing for the past 30 minutes has been working. They have created opportunities to score. Now it's up to them to be clinical and find the breakthrough here and the advantage, hopefully, before the second half.
Right, and here's a chance now for Cormier to do just that. Cormier cuts it. Referee says play on. And to no avail there. So the Huskies retain possession, but only as far as Elizabeth Shuden from long distance. Doesn't get that one to go, and a foul is called on her. Eleanor Leland did well to pick that ball up for the Owls. But Shuden, I think over time she's going to learn a little bit more about the defenders and really figure out how she's going to make her impact. And I'm no betting man, but I would definitely think that she's gonna put her name on the score sheet in somehow, some way before we reach the end of this game.
Well, she's been a menace this
Absolutely.
second half of the season. It's really like her name's on the score sheet every single game.
Yep. Whether it's an assist, whether it's a goal.
Of course, it wasn't like that to begin the year. She kind of struggled to find form, especially with a lot of new faces around her, but she is the same old Liz Shuden that we remember.
Yep.
And she is just as dangerous as ever.
Yep. And that's a foul called here in favor of the Owls. So now the Owls look to create a couple more chances here before we get to the end of the half. Leland's going to take this free kick just behind halfway. Free kick finds Shuden. Shuden tried to flick it. I'm not sure that Ryan was ready for that one.
I don't think so.
A little too strong on the touch there.
This throw-in going to be taken from Gatz. A little bit of confusion. It's going to be another throw-in for the Huskies. If you're the Huskies, definitely try to keep feeding the ball to Prisabilla. Leading the team in goals. Definitely a chance for her to make her name known here in the semifinal. And McCarney's going to win that back for the Owls. So here's Cormier. Defender on her back. And Leland tries to keep the ball for the Owls. Referee says, no problem.
Leland couldn't get it off her foot in time. Took too many touches there into midfield and turned the ball over. A dangerous thing to do as a center back, we all know.
Yeah, one thing, though, Keene State struggled with, I feel like early in the season, was that transition defense. However, now we haven't really seen, the Huskies have a lot of numbers up, counterattacks, which has been solid. And maybe it's that switch to having the 2 6s that has solved that problem.
The double shield has been important in that, I believe. I think at the beginning of the season, it was just your average 4-3-3.
Yep.
And those defensive responsibilities were kind of going to waste. So now, with Halligan, with O'Connell, with McCarney, who's in now, you have that shield.
Ball played long, trying to find Keely Giordano, just a bit late.
Absolutely rapid.
Oh my gosh. She moves quick and kind of catches, I feel like, the defense off guard. You think she's real far away. Next second you look back and she's right there behind you. The Huskies try to get some possession going here as we reach just over 6 minutes left in the first half. Kaylee Cormier picks the ball up for the Owls and resets play.
As number 10, Kylie Raposa walks her way to halfway to be subbed into this game.
Yeah, Raposa got her first career goal against University of Southern Maine earlier here in the regular season. I'm sure she'd love to get her first postseason goal now. Here's a cross attempt, and Andriski does well to claim it. A little bit of contact after, no problem there. Andriski's done really well on the crosses all season so far. Definitely asserts her presence in the box.
One of the taller goalkeepers in the conference as well, which definitely helps. As Saab has been turned for the first time this game.
Well, saved there by Andriski. Another chance here. Saved again! Riley Andriski offsides the call, so no problem. Riley Andriski with the insane double save to keep the Owls from going down late in the first half.
Carson, that is unbelievable. First, the diving save, struggled to contain it on the first stop, but then makes an even better save to keep the game tied.
Man, that's exactly what you want to see out of Riley Andriski.
And that is exactly why we were just talking about her.
Yeah.
What a keeper. What a save. Made for the moment.
Absolutely. She'll surely be putting that one on the highlight tape after this one.
You have to.
Surely.
Surely.
But I feel like that's just kind of sometimes what happens when you're a senior playing in what could be your last game. You put in that 110, 115% effort.
There's a little something extra in it for her.
Yeah, definitely.
And what we've seen from there is that Southern Maine can really strike from anywhere. Kind of non-existent in the last 15 minutes of play. Keene State dominating things, but with one chance, they've almost scored. So it'll be very important that the halftime team talk from Coach Testo includes that, you can't be 99% focused in these games. It has to be 100 or 101.
Yep.
As Giordano takes a seat, replaced by Raposa at the number 9's position.
And then Mary Bennett also subbing in
I believe that's
for the Huskies.
Benoit.
Benoit, let's see.
Is that a little French, Teddy?
Benoit.
Benoit.
Okay.
Benoit. I'm not updated on my French. Probably French is one of the languages I speak the least in.
I'm used to the French-Canadian hockey players.
Oh, true. No problem there, I guess, for the Owls, or for the referee for that matter, as the Huskies look to create another chance. Saab was caught pretty far outside with a big gap in the middle, but does well to track back and retain possession for the Owls. The Huskies get it back, though. McCarney tries to win it back and is called for a foul. Not the smartest play there from McCarney.
Yeah, that's great effort there by Caden Davern, making a play and drawing the foul for a free kick, really not too far out of the box.
Yeah, I feel like Davern has not been a name we've talked about so much this game. However, she's been on the ball and pretty dangerous on the ball and probably deserves a little bit more recognition from us up here in the booth.
Yeah, she got the start here in the regular season game against Keene State. She didn't get the start here tonight, so she's coming off the bench, but one of those players that's able to make a difference.
Brisabilla, the leading goal scorer on the Huskies, puts the ball over the goal.
And the crowd lets her hear it as well a little.
They're hoping for 3 points on that one, as the field goal could be good.
And we don't have any line judges down there to give us the signal.
No double doinks here. Well, maybe. Never know.
We have hit the crossbar.
Yeah, we had the doink.
We had the single doink.
Ball still in here on the byline for the Huskies, but one back by the Owls, and now Shootin tries to turn. Referee plays the advantage, so we keep going. Shootin plays it down the line to Raposa. Raposa tries to make her presence known and does well to do that, but the Huskies retain possession. Possible giveaway there. Kept alive. Now Brisabilla on the ball.
Yeah, that was a great angle taken by the defender, shielding off Raposa, faking which way she was going to go, and allowing her to drop it back to the goalkeeper.
Yeah, well done. But, again, it's the speed from Raposa that has been dangerous up top. So kind of a nightmare rotation up on the top if you are Keene State, or if you're the Huskies looking at Keene State for that matter. There's just so much speed up there. No matter who you sub in, who you take out, there's always going to be that speed. Referee plays advantage. So now Kylie Raposa with the hold-up play. Finds Kaylee Cormier. Cormier takes the touch around the defender. Cormier with one man to beat. Shot on goal saved there by Maddie Cook.
Yeah, and that play started with a great header from Emily O'Connell before taking some contact, allowing things to open up for Keene State to get downfield and get that shot on goal.
Maddie Cook has stood tall so far today.
She has only faced 2 shots, one of them being a goal, but that was on the penalty kick, so only 1 save so far, but she has done well positionally and has done well eliminating chances for Keene State.
Yeah, she's came out, won her 1v1s, made her presence known on some crosses too, so definitely a good showing from Cook. Fans shout for handball. Referee didn't have the angle to see that. He would have to look through the player to see that one.
We had the angle.
Yeah, we definitely had the angle. No VAR in Division 3. Michaela Ryan wins it back. Plays her fellow first year, Kyla Raposa, who plays captain Elizabeth Shuden. Reset back with McCarney.
If the Owls want something, we gotta go now.
And a foul called here for the Owls. So maybe this is Juliana Stolfi with only 5 seconds remaining. Can she take it quickly? She's going to have to do the shot on goal, surely. She does exactly that, but saved by Cook, and time runs out. So we're all tied up here as the Owls are tied with University of Southern Maine Huskies. Thanks for joining us here on the Owls Media Network. For Tenny Steinberg and Elias Stoll-Aliman, we'll be right back.
We know you will find your community along Appian Way here at Keene State College. Over a campfire on the Student Center lawn. In some friendly games and competition. Or in a club you connect to at the Student Involvement Fair. Maybe you will find your people on the courts, in a cheering section in the stands, at the rink on the ice, skating as an owl, or chilling in the yoga studio. Your connections may take place on the quad, listening to music, hanging out with friends, participating in a Keene State tradition like Pumpkin Palooza, or working on a group project, studying with classmates. Maybe your talents will bring you together with your community on one of our stages, in the Maine Theater, or the recital hall at the Red Fern Arts Center. For us, community is all about the people you meet and the connections you make. At Keene State, our community is really about you.
A single thread is unique. Like each of us, full of purpose and potential. A strand designed to connect, strengthen, and unite. But we face different challenges and have different opportunities. By acknowledging that others may struggle in ways we do not, we can celebrate our differences, embrace each other, and fortify the ties among us. A single thread can fray, yet when it's woven with another, a bond forms. A new strength created by the fabric of the whole. Let's embrace the fabric we make together, the diversity of our threads, to reach beyond ourselves and overcome the impossible. The true power of our game comes from unifying our individual backgrounds, connecting our unique stories, enabling us to be stronger, braver, greater. We can achieve so much more when we are all as one.
What a season! The confetti is going to fall.
There she goes, and she's got it! How sweet is this, and how wonderful for the sport!
We know you will find your community along Appian Way here at Keene State College. Over a campfire on the student center lawn. In some friendly games and competition. Or in a club you connect to at the Student Involvement Fair. Maybe you will find your people on the courts, in a cheering section in the stands, at the rink on the ice, skating as an owl, or chilling in the yoga studio. Your connections may take place on the quad, listening to music, hanging out with friends, participating in a Keene State tradition like Pumpkin Palooza, or working on a group project, studying with classmates. Maybe your talents will bring you together with your community on one of our stages, in the Maine Theater, or the recital hall at the Redfern Arts Center. For us, community is all about the people you meet and the connections you make. At Keene State, our community is really about you.
This is Paul Sullivan of Sullivan Tire Company. We're thrilled to be sponsoring the Keene State College Athletic Program, supporting the Owls. No matter what the sport is, in Division III, they are legendary. What a great academic institution, liberal arts school, in a beautiful part of New England. So let's go, you Owls. And remember, at Sullivan Tire, we're always here to get you there. Thank you.
My name is Ali Alzuar. I'm from Manchester, New Hampshire. I'm a nursing major and I play soccer here. I chose to be a nurse because it aligned perfectly with who I am. I'm a social person, I love science, and most importantly, I love helping people. After graduation, I'm going to work as a surgical ICU nurse at Dartmouth-Hitchcock. Keene State has helped enhance my critical thinking skills and has made me a well-rounded person thanks to knowledgeable professors. What excites me most is starting a new chapter and making a difference in my patients' lives.
If you're not here for Fandom 101, you're in the wrong class. Here, we learn the fundamentals of fanology, the basics of bringing the noise, and the physics of bringing out. Your path to fan mastery begins here. It's all part of the curriculum. The NCAA Championships. Attendance is encouraged. Passion is mandatory. Buy your seats today at ncaa.com/tickets. Class dismissed.
Fenton Family Dealerships, Tri-State Area's best selection of new and pre-owned cars, trucks, and SUVs, has state-of-the-art service facilities and services all makes and models. Home to an exclusive lifetime powertrain warranty and no extra cost to you. Locally owned since 1986. More information at fentondealerships.com.
My name is Irini Stefanakos. I am an environmental studies graduate from Keene State. I did an internship my senior year. The best part for me was learning really what I want to do with my life, with my education. That internship really gave me the confidence and experience to go out and land a job as an aquatic biologist for water and wetlands in Grafton, Massachusetts. I typically spend my days collecting basic water quality data to monitor the health of these ponds and lakes, and it's actually really cool and I'm enjoying it a lot.
It's the LEC women's soccer semifinal, and we're tied 1 apiece with 45 minutes to play. Who's going to step up, and who's going to reach the final? That will be crowned here in the next 45 minutes, but let's take a look at Around the Nest from Teddy.
And you mentioned this earlier in the game in the first half. Thursday, LEC field hockey semifinal. The Owls host Southern Maine as well. That's at 6 p.m. That will be on the Owls Media Network. Esports Valorant is also live at 7 p.m. Then Friday, a huge day for Owls on Friday. Women's volleyball against Westlawn. Men's basketball opens their season at number 14 Virginia Wesleyan. Women's ice hockey at Plymouth State. Women's basketball at Colby Sawyer. Esports also has a match, and men's ice hockey has their first LEC game against Babson. Then Saturday, men's basketball is home, and men's ice hockey and women's ice hockey has a doubleheader at home here.
Yeah, and women's soccer could be playing as well on Saturday.
Yep. We talked about halftime. The winner of this game will host the LEC championship, as number 1 Eastern Connecticut fell to rival Western Connecticut 2-0 earlier this evening. People have shown out, Carson.
Yeah, lots of fans here, and there were honestly more. They were warming up in their cars as we're underway here in the second half at Dr. Ron Butcher Field here in Keene, New Hampshire.
And Carson, it looks like both sides go unchanged from the lineups they put out in the first half, opting to remain for consistency here. I do see one change, I believe, is Paige Smith has replaced Donegan at right back.
There also is a change for Southern Maine. Taryn Curry just took the throw in. She did not appear to start the game.
So it will be interesting.
I stand corrected, fellas.
It'll be interesting to see how those substitutions impact the next 44 minutes and 23 seconds. So now Keene State attacking towards their bench, I guess, as well as Southern Maine. That's always more fun as someone on the bench to be able to celebrate with your team in the corner. As a chance here early for Kenyon. A little bit of confusion there with Giordano. Unfortunate, Giordano kind of defended Kenyon really well there.
Kenyon showed no mercy, dropped the shoulder right on her.
She said, "Get out of my way." Stolfi here in the back with the ball. Clears it out wide on the near side. Tries to run around the defender. Doesn't have the angle on that. And now Huskies have a chance here. It's Rachel, the goal scorer from the first half.
That's Saab again.
Lee Saab has had a phenomenal day so far and will continue to do that, as now Elizabeth Shuden with time and space couldn't find the correct passing lane there for Giordano.
Had options right and left, and Kenyon and Bryn Dickinson, but chose to go down the middle, and pass was sniffed out by the USM defense.
I think looking, as a foul is going to be called here on Saab, I think looking to find Giordano is definitely the right move there. However, wrong channel. I think you got to play it in between the, right side of center back and the right back, not between the two center backs.
Absolutely.
But it happens.
Those
you can
diagonal
always.
runs too are crucial.
Yep, absolutely. So now a chance here for the Huskies to try to get another shot on goal. So far, they've only got 3 of them so far.
The Owls only with 2.
And that was the 5th penalty called on Keene State.
One there originally by Stolfi. It's going to be out for a Huskies corner. Go ahead, Teddy.
Yeah, it's the 5th penalty on Keene State. Really, a physical game. Not penalty, sorry, foul.
You're back in hockey mode.
I am. Apologies. Still a pretty even game. We saw down at the bottom of your screen, it's 1-1. The total shots 12-12. The penalties again. The fouls are pretty much even as well.
Yeah.
It's a real even game from both sides.
Yeah, and Prisabilla is going to take that corner. Serves it into a dangerous area. Header attempt there. And another header attempt for the Huskies. Neither of them on goal. That original header there coming from Devin Gatz. I think that second header coming from Lexi Morin.
Yeah, just Morin trying to make a last chance opportunity there. Really
Might
didn't
have been
have
Kaden Smith,
anything
I'm
to start
sorry.
with. But anyways, just trying to make that last chance opportunity that, in my eyes, I would have just tried to kind of maintain it there.
Absolutely, Teddy. And we have seen set pieces be a form of attacking this Keene State defense that has worked in the past.
Yeah.
And Keene State, if they continue to give away fouls in these dangerous positions, they are setting themselves up for a risky defensive situation. As I thought that was another one.
Do you want me to take over?
Yeah, it could have been, but referee said play on. And now an attacking throw-in opportunity here for the Owls up at midfield. Paige Smith is going to run all the way up there. There's a ball currently on the field. She'll get it off. I don't know why I'm doing play-by-play for her getting the ball off the field, but I guess I am.
Because you're dedicated.
I'm dialed in.
Because you're good at your job.
Well, they didn't know that she was carrying up the ball to start.
It's true.
True. It's all for the viewer. The Huskies tried to play a long ball in. Nobody home. And Drisky keeps the ball in to keep it in her hands. Lots of fans here in support for the Owls. Quite a few. We did a little walk around at halftime. I would say quite a few representatives from each team. We saw field hockey, we saw men's soccer, we saw baseball, we saw hockey, men's hockey, women's hockey's here, lacrosse is here. Everyone's here.
And even club sports too, members of the Keene State rugby team.
Track and field's here. Lacrosse, we already said that. Cross country's here.
Essentially everyone.
Maybe esports is here. Everyone's here.
So here's Dickinson on the right.
Kyle Beeman's here. Abe Oshiak's here. And here's Kaylee Giordano. Takes it down to the byline. She's got a chance to find Shootin just out of reach. Penalty shouts from the bench.
And Shootin was collided with last second there, right in front of the goalkeeper.
I think that ball's too far out of reach for that to be a foul.
I would have to agree there, Carson. Giordano did brilliantly down the right side, and the ball was just a little bit too close to Cook and goal. Shootin unfortunately catches an elbow as a result of that.
Yeah, unlucky there. If it was a little closer to her, she might have gotten the foul. That ball's played out of the bounds by Paige Smith. Smith coming on as a substitute in the first half, now starting in the second half like we've mentioned earlier. Now Huskies slow it down a little bit before they pump the ball into the box. And Keene State picks it back up and right back to the Huskies now. Here's Rachel. Ball won back by the Owls. Ball played up now, just too far. And that's going to be a foul there on Donegan. Unlucky. I think she was just a little bit frustrated there.
Yeah, I believe that was Claire Halligan.
Was that Halligan?
The infraction.
Couldn't tell.
Her second of the game, and that one a little bit softer than the last, but like I said, these needless free kicks create dangerous opportunities for the Huskies and ones that they could capitalize on at any moment.
And they look to do exactly that. But the Keene State defense stands tall as Shootin tries to find Kenyon, and another foul is going to be called, and this game is getting chippy. So it'll be up to the referee now to try to dial the game back in. So now Stolfi, who put that really impressive shot on goal earlier, she's going to try to Obviously not shoot it from here. Surely not. I mean, maybe she does. Sends an impressive ball up the field to Shuden. Shuden tries to flick it on to Kenyon. Can't find Kenyon.
Good takeaway there on the line. Kenyon
Another foul.
draws another
Call
foul.
there.
What a night from Allison Kenyon so far. Aggressive, quick, and dedicated.
And Teddy, in the pregame, I was the one that questioned Kenyon coming off the left rather than going centrally, but she has found a natural spot there on the left today, and she is just terrorizing USM's defense.
Yeah, referee Elib Gahi has a lot on his plate so far with quite a few minutes remaining in this game. So we'll see how he handles it. And maybe we'll start seeing some more cautions come out.
They're going to have Stolte take the free kick from just about the corner there.
You think she tries to whip this one in, Elias?
I see a cross here.
She does exactly that. Tries to find the head of Giordano. Out for a corner. Another chance here for the Owls. It's been the story of free kicks for both teams. Most of the chances coming by way of free kicks.
Very little coming from open play.
Yeah.
Even the Keene State goal, for example, was a penalty kick.
Yeah, set pieces are an important part of the game.
And this is going to be the Owls' third corner. To the Huskies' 3 corners as well. So still really an even matched game so far. Although I think I really have seen a few more opportunities from Keene State since that Southern Maine goal.
Yeah, definitely more positive opportunities from Keene State and a fantastic response as that ball's played in. And Cook tried to make an attempt and she missed it. Another shot attempt there from Kenyon. Back outside in the shot, just wide there. That time it was Emily O'Connell, the goal scorer from earlier in the game off that penalty kick like you mentioned, Teddy.
Yeah, there were multiple players that went down in front of Cook there. Some yells from the crowd, from the benches, but
yeah, the coaching staff not very happy with that one. But the Owls look to win it back as they are applying a pretty high press here. Not something we really saw in the first half.
Led by Giordano, who's won it back.
Yeah. Cross in there. Here's Shuden. Just out of reach. It's going out for another corner here for the Owls. So 3 set pieces in a row. Can they make the third one? Create the dagger. We'll see. So Stolfi's going to go out there to take the corner. 35 minutes remaining with this season on the line.
Pressure mounting here for both teams.
Yeah.
Obviously, if this ends in a tie, we'll go into overtime, but preferably both teams try to get it done here in the allotted 90 minutes. Keene State even more so at home in front of this crowd.
Absolutely, and this place will erupt if they get a goal here. Stolfi serves the ball in, tries to find a teammate, can't do it.
Through everyone.
Huskies clear it out. Unlucky there, that's a perfect service. Unlucky that the timing was just off for the Owls.
And Elias, you mentioned the pressure building for both teams. In my eyes, this next goal is a huge one. Although there still is 34.5 minutes left, with how the game's been since the 2 early goals, this next goal could be the decision maker.
I would agree with you there, Teddy. Obviously, both defenses have played extraordinarily well today, in the air, on the ground, and so the next breakthrough is most likely going to be the winner.
Yeah, we've been stuck at a stalemate since 37 minutes into the game. Or sorry, 37 minutes left in the first half. So what is that? 8 minutes into the game.
If one of us was a mathematician, we'd have that for you, but we are not.
We are all journalism. Are you a journalism major, Teddy?
I'm an accounting major.
Okay.
I was
Okay,
you
so-
are a math
so let's get going with the math,
you
man.
guys figure that one.
That's not my job. It's above my pay grade.
Should be Teddy there.
Keely Giordano plays it into the box. Here's a chance for Kenyon! Well defended there. Keene State keeps creating chances and has remained unsuccessful so far as the Huskies look to make a quick counterattack with Rachel.
Yeah, I saw Kenyon and Shuden both hesitate there.
Rachel plays it down the line. Here's a chance. Very off the mark there from Caden Smith. Go ahead, Teddy, sorry.
Yeah, but as I was saying, Shuden and Kenyon both held back on that ball, trying to stay on sides. That's why Kenyon and Shuden weren't able to get there just at the perfect moment.
Yeah, but, I mean, this is perfect attacking piece of play from the Owls so far. The goal will surely come. And it is important to keep in mind if this game is tied after regulation, we will go to overtime, 2 15-minute periods followed by penalty kicks if we are still tied after that. Here's a chance for Giordano. Giordano tries to jump over the defender. Referee says play on. She does it again. She gets the ball back.
Brilliant from Giordano.
Brilliant turn there from shooting. It's a shot attempt. It's a goal kick.
I think I just saw somebody fly. Giordano levitated for that one.
Was that on your bingo card today?
It was not.
It was a little bit Mahomey, I think.
Oh, is that right?
More Drake May-like, I think.
I'd agree with Teddy there.
It was just a bet on if I could get the word Mahomes into this broadcast, and I've remained successful in that one.
You and every broadcaster at ESPN.
Now, here's a guy. That goal kick taken, and originally straight to the Owls, as the Huskies tried to win it back, but are unsuccessful in doing that. Leland stood tall to make sure the Huskies couldn't get much past their central third. Here's a chance now. Lexi Morin on the ball. Well played there. Once again by Leland. Now here's a shot attempt. Smith put it just wide, so it's back and forth stuff.
Yeah, it is back
Honestly.
and forth. Both teams desperately trying to find the second goal. That shot just missed the post, I'd say, by about a foot.
Yeah, a lot closer than I feel like a lot of people thought that was.
Although for Andriski, she did not seem worried.
No. And Andriski, I mean, she's quite literally the reason that Keene State is still tied at this game. We saw that double save earlier in the first half. Fantastic. And here's another chance for the Huskies. Rachel down the right side. Blocked there by Stolfi. Rachel serves it back in. And Keene State wins it back. Here's a chance. Giordano tries to push the defender out of the way. Doesn't get it. Rachel back on the ball. Go ahead, Teddy.
I believe that first cross from Rachel actually caught the face of Kinsey Dunnigan.
It's a brilliant move.
And here's Prisabilla with speed.
Prisabilla, the leading goal scorer, gets fouled just outside the box. It looks like it might be a caution here for Stolfi. We'll see. Referee stops the clock. He's going to pull Stolfi aside. And he's going to think about it and does show that yellow card to Juliana Stolfi for stopping a promising attack. But honestly, a smart play from Stolfi.
A smart play.
Very risky doing it that close to the edge of the box.
Yeah, just inches away from a penalty kick. And unfortunately, Stolfi has given away several this year. I believe that would be the fourth. So a bit of a pattern there, but Stolfi, in the end, making the captain's play, stopping the attack, and instead presenting USM with a free kick.
From a very dangerous position, though. This is a huge spot for USM.
Here's Prisabilla. Puts it on the ground and is blocked at the goal line.
Nice.
So Keene State
And with a
stands
golden
tall.
opportunity, Southern Maine wasteful there.
Now Keene State on the counter. The ball played up to Giordano. Is she fouled? No, referee says play on. This game's about as chippy as it gets in the NCAA Division III women's soccer, and as chippy as it gets in LEC. As
That's the playoffs for you, Carson. No matter what sport, that'll do it. That's the playoffs.
it's the playoffs,
Ryan, my camera
especially
just
when
said
you're Keene State
charge the battery
in your
pack.
first playoff game in 4 years. And a foul there going to be called in favor of Keene State. Possible substitution here coming. Kylie Raposa, I did see, I'm not sure if you guys saw, Giordano was stretching her calf before that free kick.
Yeah, I noticed too.
I saw her motion to the bench as well. That for sure will be the change.
So we'll have to see if Giordano just needs a little second to loosen up or if she could be done for the day. Time will tell. 28 minutes remaining here.
Well, I'm sure Coach Testo and her teammates will hope not.
Absolutely.
As she has been very good today and very important in leading the press.
Absolutely. Halligan wins it back for the Owls and plays it outside to Kenyon. Kenyon resets it back to play with Saab. Saab back to Halligan. Halligan mistouched it. Here's USM on the counter. Ball played in long, nobody home, and Drisky picks it up. So now it's almost like the momentum has shifted. Keene State, the first 10 minutes or so, really created the majority of the chances, and now it's kind of gone the other way in the USM favor.
Exactly what you want in a semifinal, Carson.
Yeah. From a neutral perspective, this is the perfect game. Obviously, each team would rather that their team would be on top, and that change is going to be made. Kyler Raposa subbing in to replace Keely Giordano.
Well, besides the controversy with the penalty kicks and the fouls called in the regular season game, Keene State, they should have won that game. However, it was still a well-battled game and a well-fought game between two talented teams, and that's really what we're seeing here tonight.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
So Keene State, after getting an attacking throw in there from Kenyon, tried to play it around the backside and couldn't, create any positive opportunity there. And now USM back on the counter. We talked about the transition defense being good for Keene State in the first half. I feel like the transition defense has not been as good as Coach Testo might want it.
And it was always bound to happen as the game opens up. The players get more tired. But now, especially now, it's an important time for the players to lean into the work rate that they're going to have to close this game out.
Yeah, I mean, fitness is just an anomaly at this point of the season. You've played so many games. You've trained so many times. It's just kind of a who wants it more, who's going to put in that last ounce of effort. And the last 10 minutes of this game are going to be electric. I can guarantee you that.
Even as we approach the last half of this half, the last 22 and a half minutes, it's really who's going to dig deeper. And like you said, who wants it more?
Yep.
And Coach Testo going to the bench to replace Claire Halligan. It's Marissa McCarney, the same substitution we saw in the first half. They will most likely be requiring Halligan to check back in later on in this game, as she is an important cog in that midfield, so McCarney will get a run out.
Yeah, if this is your first time watching Division III soccer, you get one substitution in the first half. Once you sub off the pitch, you are off, as that's a foul called on Kylie Raposa. Once you sub off the pitch, you're off for the half. However, in the second half, you can sub off, you can sub back on, but then if you sub off once again, then your day is done. Granted, overtime could be looming in this game, so you never know if your day's done until the final whistle blows. Sherry's going to take that free kick from the back there, plays it out wide. That ball's still in play. Lee Saab does well to win it for the Owls, but just as far as Prisabilla had a chance there with McCarney. McCarney commits the foul, so another attacking set-piece opportunity for the Huskies.
McCarney just recently brought into the game. First touch, unfortunately, a foul, one that I'm not sure, Carson. I'm not a referee. But
yeah, that's a tough call.
I can't tell from here. I just can't tell from here because I don't know if she won the ball or not. I couldn't tell.
Either way, presents another opportunity for Southern Maine outside the box. This one in an even better spot for the free kick taker. And Drisky will set up her wall.
Yeah, except this time it's not Prisabilla taking it like we've seen in the past. It's going to be Caden Smith. Smith with the service into the box. Saved by Andruski.
Big
Safe
spot
hands.
there. Yeah, big defensive spot there for Keene and Andruski. Keeping her cool, keeping herself in this game, especially in a moment like that.
Absolutely. Shooten won the original punt. And now Saab is going to go up for a header there with Reichel. Reichel wins the battle in terms of who gets the ball at the end of the day, and it is the Huskies. Throw in taken quickly. Here's a chance for Southern Maine. Well played there by Stolfi. Fantastic sliding effort, and it's going to be out for a goal kick.
Very well done from Juliana Stolfi. Obviously, moments ago, committed a foul. This time, inch perfect.
Yeah, that's what you want out of your senior defender, the backbone of this Keene State defense for 4 years now.
Absolutely. A substitution being made here for the Huskies. Marie Benoit. Did I say it right? I think maybe.
Close enough.
Subbing in. She's going to be replacing Kaden Smith. But like we mentioned, that some of these players will probably be showing up here in the next 10, 15 minutes. Shot attempt from long range. Safe hands from Andriski.
Yeah, that's a tough one there for Andriski. She played it well. That bounce coming in late on her.
You never know with the
ground.
surface, too.
Yeah.
It's 100% sand and dirt, basically within the 6-yard box over there. Not as bad on the other end, but definitely on that end, it is that way. Kylie Raposa did well to grab the ball there for the Owls. Unfortunately, couldn't find her teammate Allison Kenyon. Prisabilla now trying to create something for the Huskies. Just retains possession. Now a chance again for the Huskies. This time it's going to be Lexi Morin. Misplayed her cross. Out for another goal kick.
So, gentlemen, we're about halfway through the second half here. What are the thoughts?
Teddy, you go first.
It's been a tight half. Both teams generating opportunities. It's really been back and forth who's going to get it first. The Huskies have had some really good free kick opportunities. The Owls have generated some chances down low. And I think this is a great half of soccer here. Who is going to cave first? Who's going to get the next goal?
I always like to think of it like this, and this is a little bit of an odd thought process, but you know how in baseball they always say, and you're at that, you're going to get one hittable pitch, at least one hittable pitch. And I think that that's the case for each team here. They're going to get one perfect chance on a platter. It's do they finish that chance? And it's going to come down to that. It's genuinely, I always know when I'm playing in a game, when the game is lost or won, and it's that perfect chance on the platter, and if you finish it, you win the game. If you miss it, you never know. And it's going to come down to that at the end of the day as another foul call.
That is not a foul. Allison Kenyon breathed on her, Carson.
Thank you.
But like you mentioned, it's really, who in a game like this, especially at the moment in a game like this, at this time, it's really, if you get that opportunity, you need to cash in, and if you don't, it could be the game.
Could be the season. We'll bring in Dr. Joe Mocknick for the next questionable referee decision. Elias is probably the only person in that room that knows who Dr. Joe is.
I do know who Dr. Joe is.
Here's a chance for the Huskies. And it's going to go in. The Huskies get the lead. Lexi Morin. A slow roller. Possible shouts for offside. The flag stays down, and the Huskies have the lead.
And just as we were talking about that moment, it presented itself to the Southern Maine Huskies. Seems like the Owls' defense just fell apart on that free kick. Took one play off, and that ball just rolled past Andriski.
Yeah, definitely some miscues there from the defense. And a slow roller, but just out of reach for Andriski, as that thing barely missed the post.
I don't think the Owls really, obviously, like you said, not too on that play, but I don't think they were ready for it because they probably anticipated that was offsides.
Yeah. You'll have to play to the whistle. As here's another foul here for the Owls. So now this completely changes your tactics if you're head coach Sarah Testo.
Absolutely. And the first thing she did was bring back on Michaela Ryan, Kaylee Cormier, to replace her wingers, add some more pace into that attack, as it's now or never here for Keene.
Yeah, and as the game winds down, it's going to become a little bit more stressful attacking-wise because it's less about playing for the win, it's playing to keep your season alive.
Yeah.
Play so you can play again.
So the Huskies now going to keep possession and keep attacking the ball down the field. Now Keene State did well to respond after the first goal of the game. That goal coming 4 minutes into the first half. Keene State scored less than 5 minutes later, as Cormier probably gets a little bit of a makeup call there for her at midfield.
There's been some tricky calls in terms of no calls that should have been calls, and then calls that were made that probably shouldn't have been a call.
It all evens out in the end, at least in my opinion.
As we say, time is the great equalizer, and Keene State has 18 minutes of it.
Yep, 18 and 45 seconds.
That's true.
Comes down to the last second. We've seen it many times. Stolfi's going to hit a knuckleball there in. Unlucky there for the Owls as Southern Maine looks to create on the counterattack. Well done there by Stolfi, putting her body on the line. We've seen that multiple times here in this game.
Couple subs getting ready for Southern Maine. Maddie Sanis and Bridget Toland getting ready to check in.
Lexi Morin has been really, really solid so far up top for the Huskies. I think we talked about her being a name we haven't talked about, and I think that's the case again, and this time we're talking about her. She got her name on the score sheet in quite an emphatic way.
You've really seen in these last few minutes, the shots on goal are now 8-2 Southern Maine. They've really controlled some of the momentum. Keene State has had some trouble possessing the ball here in the last 10-15 minutes or so of the second half.
Yeah, Keene State, the first 10-15 minutes, however, was, in the positive run of play. Cross attempt taken, and Adriski wins it for the Owls.
Adriski beckoning her team to get forward quickly.
However, I think it's important not to rush. Go back to the ways you know how to play and the ways you've been getting results throughout the season. So although I do appreciate, playing fast, I think it's important to slow down and catch your breath a little bit, be patient. But the Owls seem to just want to go, go, go. And we'll see. Go ahead, sorry.
Oh, no, all good. It's important to play with urgency, perhaps, rather than with pace. It's important to make the heads-up play, anticipate the game, especially now in this situation for Keene State.
That ball's out of bounds. It's a throw-in here for the Huskies now. And changes have been made now for the Huskies, so a couple defensive changes coming. And one change up top. But the Huskies look to put this game away again on the counter. Out wide, this is Bridget Toland. Toland passes it into the box. Straight to a Keene State Owl, and then a foul called. So Keene State gets away lucky there on the counter.
That will be the risk as they continue to push numbers forward, as Kende evaded getting caught on the counterattack. The University of Southern Maine very good on the counterattack.
Yeah, that's always the risk you take, but it's worth it.
It's all going to be worth it here for Keene State if they get this goal.
Absolutely. But the last thing you want if you're an Owl fan is a third goal from the Huskies, because that puts the game away. But Paige Smith does really well to win the ball back for Keene State. Fortunately, only as far as a Husky midfielder.
The Owls have really struggled, at least in this half, connecting their passes upfield. They've really struggled getting the right angle for that open man, and they've really just been giving it away.
Yeah, and same thing in that case. Another throw in here, deep into the Owls' territory for the Huskies.
And I'm surprised that more changes have not been made from Keene State. Now would be the time to re-enter Claire Halligan into the game.
Yeah.
If you're Coach Testo, but it seems to be nobody warming up.
Would be curious to know how Giordano is feeling on the bench. We saw her getting some treatment from the trainer right as she came off the field, as McCarney does well to fizzle out that attack. But yeah, Sarah Testo has to be thinking what the next tactical substitution could mean for the Owls. Lots of experience, lots of youth on the bench as well.
And here we go. Claire Halligan warming up. Thank you, Carson, and thank you, me.
Thank you, Elias, for your predictions today. It's like a Tony Romo. As Keene State now looks to try to go, I think they've moved Shootin a little bit further up top now.
They have. She seems to be playing the 9.
Yeah, less of the 10 that we normally see out of her, playing more of the 9 now. This change could change that as well. Putting Halligan back in the game, do they switch to keeping Shootin up top and then Halligan, stays at the 10? We'll see how the game progresses.
I think the most logical thing to do here would be continue to play Halligan in the 6, play McConnell in the 10 where she can create, and then move Shootin even further up the field because she offers a threat on goal.
Right?
Yeah.
You can hope to get your wings back in now because Bryn Dickinson is also looking to check back in for the Owls. A big piece here that they could use heading into the final 13 minutes.
Not just pace and quality on the ball, but also leadership from Bryn Dickinson.
Dickinson, the captain, as well as Shootin and Stolfi all the way back in the defense. But it's just a boatload and plethora of throw-ins here for the Huskies.
Carson bringing out the words.
Yeah, sorry. I was looking in my thesaurus before this game, and I had my mental thesaurus come out now. As the Huskies are taking it to the corner very early. You don't really see this normally with 12 minutes left. Kenyon does well to win it back, and now she's shielding the ball. Now Prisabilla's going to shield the ball. And is it going to be a throw-in for the Owls? Yes, it will be. So Halligan and Dickinson will be subbing onto the game. Sorry, I was lagging.
And time wasting already with 12 minutes to play. Carson, I've been watching soccer, football for my whole life. Never with 12 minutes in the game.
Never with 12 minutes left. But hey, I guess you might as well.
Whatever it takes to win, and that'll be the sentiment from both teams here as Michaela Ryan and Marissa McCarney head to the bench to replace by Halligan and Dickinson.
Absolutely. So now Prisabilla on the ball again. At this point, it's the Huskies looking to just kind of take the time off the clock, retain possession as much as they can. It's going to be another throw-in for the Huskies. I'm getting deja vu.
Important now that Keene State connects some passes, move up the field the way they did in the first half.
Yeah. Cross attempt in there. Well done there by Saab to make sure that the Huskies couldn't get anything out of that. Hold up play there from Kenyon. Now it's out wide. Bryn Dickinson on the ball. Plays it down the line to Kenyon. Ball still in on the line. Kenyon fighting for it. The Huskies win it back. And here's Elise Saab. The story of the defense so far today. Here's a chance. Kaylee Cormier. Couldn't get that one. Fans are not happy. They thought that was a foul. Cormier is going to be back on the ball now. And the referee gives it a foul call rather than a throw-in here. So this is exactly the chance you want if you're an Owl fan.
Yeah, that was a late shove there on Cormier. The play's already over. The ball's out of bounds. There's no need for that. That's a tough break there for Southern Maine. Taryn Curry.
Another chance for Stolfi to put a ball into the box into a dangerous area.
Yeah, you've got some height in there with Shootin ready to win it. She looks to find Shootin. Fight between Shootin and the Southern Maine defenders. Cormier wins it back for the Owls. Ball served in. This time it's Kenyon. Kenyon over to Shootin. Shootin looks to take players one-on-one. No look pass there to Allison Kenyon down to the byline. Crossed to the hands of Cook.
That's a nice play there by Shootin. I like that. Feeding the middle, letting Kenyon use that speed to get to the ball first. Just unfortunately, Kenyon did not have the angle.
Yeah, that's a perfect piece of play there. And heads up from Shootin. So if Keene State just sees that and gets a little bit of confidence, maybe that will bring them the tying goal as time has entered under 10 minutes remaining in the game. Regardless of the result, make sure you don't go anywhere following the game. We've got the Sullivan Tire post-game show. Definitely an interview with head coach Sarah Testo. And then we'll see who we pick up after the game, depending on their result. But here's Shuden now with time and space. Shuden looks to take defenders all herself. Unfortunately, too big of a touch and just out of reach. I think she should have passed it to Cormier.
She did have Cormier making a run. It's a nifty Meg there from the University of Southern Maine. Who was that? Bridget Toland.
Now Kaylee Cormier tries to serve it long to Dickinson, to no avail, but just as far as Shuden. Shuden tried to slip it in. Couldn't do it. It's a handball and another attacking opportunity for Keene State.
And this one in Juliana Stolfi's shooting range.
I mean, practically everything's in her shooting range after what we saw earlier.
Yeah, she hit the crossbar from even further back than this. And we'll see that wall there.
Yeah,
How
definitely.
Stolfi could get the height on that. We'll see.
5 Owls players in the box.
Here's the service from Stolfi. She does try to put it on frame, and she slots it on! Are you kidding me? Juliana Stolfi from long distance! Pandemonium at Dr. Ron Butcher Field, and this place erupts!
Can you believe it? Yes, you can, Juliana Stolfi. If it doesn't work the first time, try it twice.
That's Juliana Stolfi's father losing his mind, and I don't believe him.
Are you kidding? Are you kidding? What a game we have on our hands. It's 2-2 with less than 8 minutes remaining. Wow. This is playoff soccer.
In potentially Juliana Stolfi's last career collegiate game.
It won't be now.
Tied it.
And that is why they give her the armband, for the moment like this, to step up and take control of this team's destiny, and boy has she.
And this place is absolutely electric right now, as Keene State now has switched their whole mentality to getting the win. Bryn Dickinson on the far side.
They've done well to equalize, but with 7 minutes left, this game could still go either way.
Here's a chance. Dickinson served it into the box. Cormier tries to jump at the ball, misses it. And now Southern Maine on the counter themselves. It just had to be a 2-2 tie.
It had to be.
Had to be a tie.
But the way this game is gone, it's really, you can't have a moment like that slow defensive goal allowed by Keene State to really be the difference maker. You had to have some type of late minute action.
That was the most fun call, I think, of my play-by-play career. We were like grabbing each other going, that was awesome.
That was great. But there's still time on the clock. Keene State could grab a winner. USM could grab a winner. We could head into extra time, all to play for here with just under 7 minutes remaining.
It's really back to anyone's game. It really is. The momentum seems to be swinging in Keene State's favor, but now a throw in deep in Owls territory. This is a big defensive spot here. Morin checking back in for USM.
Yeah, she's the goal scorer for that second goal for Southern Maine. So definitely probably someone they didn't think was going to enter the game, but now the tides have changed, and the whole mentality of each team is completely different.
That's a good step there by Sherry getting in front of Allison Kenyon.
Here's Paige Smith. She's played the whole second half so far. Paige Smith plays it down the middle, nobody home. I think now it's really important for Keene State to just calm down. Everyone's feeling the adrenaline. Take a second, don't rush it up the field. Get your play correct, exactly how you want to do it, and then punish. USM, definitely the same thing though. As here's a chance. Sorry, go ahead.
And the Owls still, of course, vulnerable to the counterattack. As here's one taking place right in front of us.
Possible penalty shouts. Referee says no, not in this game.
Whistle blown.
He's chatting it, and it's going to be a foul coming out.
Yes, on USM, the late contact there, throwing down the Owl player.
Well done from the ref here, as we're going to see another change, and this is a new face. This is the senior Jocelyn Tyler, forward.
Yeah, well, when you think about it, with Giordano, who must be out, you start going deeper into your bench. You bring in Tyler.
Tyler brings a wealth of experience, and And some goals as well, some important goals.
For sure. Now Keene State's going to take that free kick deep in their defensive third. Southern Maine retains possession now. Tries to play through more and couldn't find her feet.
Yeah, they'll have her redo the throw in. She was a little too far up there, trying to take advantage of the position there.
It happens. Sometimes you got to just test the ref sometimes. Elias knows that very well. He's a big throw-in taker.
Seasoned throw-in taker.
Season. Chance of Let's Go Keene State are looming through Dr. Ron Butcher Field now as Keene State looks to get the game-winning goal and send themselves into the final with 4 minutes left.
A final that would be played here, no less.
Yes, on Saturday at 12 p.m. We haven't seen too many of Chance really in any Owls game this season. This really tells you how big of a moment it is for this women's soccer team and how big of a moment it is for the other athletic teams here at Keene State coming to show out and really bringing the Owls family together.
For the community, it seems.
Yes.
Yeah. So Jocelyn Tyler did come on to replace Allison Kenyon there as Keene State looks for that final push. Elise Saab's going to take this throw in once again. Finds Shootin. Shootin, long ball over there to...
Brought down well by Dickinson.
Yeah, well done there by Dickinson. As Dickinson tries to take another touch around the defender, sees if she can win a corner. Can't get anything from that one. Great touch, great ball there from Shootin too.
On the half volley.
Stolfi, no nonsense clearance there. And Keene State retains possession. Unfortunately lost there though by O'Connell. Offside, says the referee. Flag's in the air.
Yeah, that was a close one there, really right on the line, but goes the Owls' way.
2-2, 3 minutes remaining. Here's the free kick taken. Up the field, Shootin tried to flick it on. Still, Keene State on the ball. Can't get much going there for Keene State, but they do get that attacking throw-in by way of Bryn Dickinson. Paige Smith now looks to serve it in. Does just that, finds Tyler. Tyler's touch, just too much mustard. USM tried to get something going. Lee Saab had other ideas.
Important now that Keene State takes care of the ball.
That's
Any
true
turnover
too.
at midfield could be lethal here.
And well done there for Keene State to win it back. Kaylee Cormier now on the ball. Takes a touch around the defender. Here's Jocelyn Tyler. Another touch around the defender. Does she go from long distance? She lays it off and misplays it. Unfortunate there, but Keene State right back on it. Emily O'Connell serves it down the line to Bryn Dickinson. Bryn Dickinson to put the game away.
I have to say, what a ball that is from Emily O'Connell. Earlier in the game, I called Liz shooting, and yes, so that's Chavi then. That has to be Chavi.
Most people here in the box with us stood up. I saw some people in the stands stand up for that ball.
I think I heard a collective gasp from all of Dr. Ron Butcher Field. Shootin plays it out wide to find Dickinson. There's only 1 minute remaining here in regulation. However, we've got overtime, extra time, whatever time you want to call it, more soccer time. And we get to go to the Owls Media Network after dark. But a goal here would be insane from either team.
A goal here would be final and permanent.
And sending them to the final.
And Southern Maine with a chance.
Southern Maine looks to do just that. Here's a chance. And saved there by Andriski to keep the team alive. 26 seconds remaining.
I give you Keene State, I think, take care of the ball. There's no need to try and rush here. I think just play for overtime.
I would say the same.
Play defense. Lise Saab does exactly that, as she's done throughout the whole game.
8, 7, 6.
So this is probably going to do it here for regulation. Keene State 2, USM 2. 90 minutes done, 30 minutes to play. Everything on the line. We'll be back right here on the Owls Media Network, powered by Flow Sports.
A single thread is unique. Like each of us, full of purpose and potential. A strand designed to connect, strengthen, and unite. But we face different challenges and have different opportunities. By acknowledging that others may struggle in ways we do not, we can celebrate our differences, embrace each other, and fortify the ties among us. A single thread can fray, yet when it's woven with another, a bond forms. A new strength created by the fabric of the whole. Let's embrace the fabric we make together, the diversity of our threads, to reach beyond ourselves and overcome the impossible. The true power of our game comes from unifying our individual backgrounds, connecting our unique stories, enabling us to be stronger, braver, greater. We can achieve so much more when we are all as one.
What a season. The confetti is going to fall.
There she goes, and she's got it. How sweet is this, and how wonderful for the sport.
The Owls Media Network is presented by the Luxury Box Photo Booth. Since 2016, the Luxury Box Photo Booth has been capturing laughter and smiles all across of New Hampshire. Choose from a wide variety of high-quality booths featuring the latest photo technology and sleek designs. Make your event unforgettable. Book the Luxury Box Photo Booth today. Thanks for joining us here on the Owls Media Network on Flow Sports, and we've had a good one on our hands since the first whistle blew just 2 hours ago. We've reached Owls Media Network after dark, and everything to play for, everything on the line. A chance to go to the final, or a chance to have your season end right here, right now at Dr. Ron Butcher Field. Fans have been on their seats after a late goal there coming from Juliana Stolfi from long distance on a free kick. If you're just joining us, this is going to be an insane next 10 minutes and then 10 minutes again. If you don't know about the overtime procedure, it will be 2 10-minute periods of overtime and then followed by penalty kicks if still tied afterwards. However, there is a golden goal in the NCAA, which means if a team scores, the game's over, they win.
Yeah,
so everything to play for. Go ahead.
We like to call that sudden death in other sports. But
sudden death, golden goal.
The winner of this game will host Western Connecticut in the LEC Championship. Here's an early chance. Numbers for Southern Maine.
Rachel tries to do it early, plays it back, and the shot attempt just wide. High kick there called by the referee. I think the officiating has been just fine tonight. Teddy loves to not like the officials, but I think it's been good.
I would say, given what we've seen, the amount of calls and no calls have been pretty fair for both sides and ultimately haven't resulted in any clear and obvious mistakes.
I agree. So now Juliana Stolfi's going to take this free kick. She's got a boot. We saw it in the first half. She had a long-range shot attempted, hit the crossbar. She tried it again in the second half, remained successful, put it in the top corner. Jocelyn Tyler now a chance. And another throw in here for the Owls.
Still no sign of Keely Giordano warming up. She is there on the sideline, but we'll see if they're able to make that change to get her back in there.
Yeah, one thing I did notice is she put her training pants on. So wonder if her day is done. Most of the time, if you're coming off and you go back on, you normally keep those training pants off, like we see Allison Kenyon ready to go back in. I think Kenyon's probably going to sub back in here in the next little bit, possibly a Michaela Ryan as well.
Absolutely, and important too from the coaching staff to not sub in Giordano if it's not going to be worth it in the end.
Yeah.
Ultimately, they're playing for the game on Saturday, and if they can get it done with the players they have on the field, Giordano will be an impact player on Saturday.
Yeah, and you want to keep her healthy too. You don't want to really risk that health.
Absolutely.
And so far, I feel like definitely Giordano, yes, made a massive impact, but Keene State has done well without her as they look to do just that right now with Jocelyn Tyler on the ball, who plays the ball down the line to Bryn Dickinson. Dickinson crosses it in the box. Here's Kaylee Cormier. Just far out of reach, but a great chance there for the Owls. Just 2 minutes in to the first period of extra time. Now Southern Maine looks to go on the counter. Juliana Stolfi breaks it up, but just as far as a fellow Southern Maine Husky, and that ball slipped into Rachel and kept alive here by the Huskies. Shot attempts coming, blocked by Keene State. And the Huskies reset play in the backfield. Here's a crossing attempt this time, and a shot on goal, just over the bar. That time was Lexi Morin.
And a collective gulp as that one fell to Lenji Morin with plenty of time and space to hit it just over the right side of the goal.
Man, that could have been the game winner. Instead, it stays tied here at 2-2 at Dr. Ron Butcher Field. 6:50 remaining before we flip sides. A battle for the ball there at midfield. Battle won by Keene State. Kaylee Cormier now on the ball. Tries to be more physical and out of bounds, so she succeeds in doing that. And here's a chance now for the Owls to get something going for themselves.
Yeah, it's a good play there, but really what I've seen from these first 3.5 minutes of overtime here is the Owls have really struggled to possess the ball. Southern Maine has come out flying here in the first extra time period. And we'll see if the Owls can really just try to establish themselves with the ball.
Yeah, Elias, what do you think are the keys to success if you're the Owls?
I would echo what Teddy said. I think it's important now that if you can possess, you do. Turning over the ball at any point, obviously risky, but even more so now, because that was a big tackle from Juliana Stolfi.
She's been like that all game.
But ultimately, I think the Owls here just need to be strong defensively, get things away. The first and second balls already, we've seen one fall to Southern Maine. Those are the kinds of opportunities that are easy to capitalize off of.
And Drisky does well! And University of Southern Maine knocks off Keene State at home in an overtime finish. A heartbreaker for Keene State. Pandemonium for University of Southern Maine as they move on to host the 2025 LEC Championship.
And wow, Carson.
That's just a tough play there for Andriski. A good cross. She gets a hand on it, but unable to really get a good control of that ball in her box. And cleaning up the rebound, I believe that was Michaela Magid with the game winner.
What a game we've seen today.
And what an effort we've seen as well from these Keene State players. First time on this stage in a while, and boy did they deliver a game. They played with heart, they played with passion, and they played well past 90 minutes here at Dr. Ron Butcher Field. But unfortunately, as it is in sports, and especially in football, it ends in defeat.
Definitely a lot to build off from if you are Keene State ahead of next year. Take some time to reset, but definitely a positive year.
A lot of building blocks here for Coach Testo and her staff. A lot of young players that made an impact here. But more importantly, an unfortunate but a deserved farewell to these seniors who have worked hard for 4 years for this moment. Juliana Stolfi, one I'd like to point out, made her contribution today. Riley Andriski as well. A strong 4 years at the helm at Keene State, and an unfortunate way to go out here tonight.
Final score 3-2. Southern Maine improves to 10-10-2 and 4-2-2 in the LEC. Keene State finishes the season at 9-5-6, 4-0-4, 4-1-4 in the LEC. Thanks for joining us here on the Owls Media Network. We'll be back with the postgame show for Elias Stola-Limon and Teddy Steinberg. I'm Carson Flake. Thanks for watching.
My name is Irini Stefanakos. I am an environmental studies graduate from Keene State. I just always had a passion for being outdoors and outdoor activities, so I figured why not choose a path where I can do that in my work. I did an internship with the Harris Center for Conservation my senior year. The best part for me was learning really what I wanted to do with my life, with my education. That internship really gave me the confidence and experience to go out and land a job as an aquatic biologist for Water and Wetlands in Grafton, Massachusetts. At Water and Wetland, we take part in the management of local ponds and lakes throughout Massachusetts, Rhode Island, and Connecticut. I typically spend my days collecting basic water quality data to monitor the health of these ponds and lakes, while also sometimes conducting herbicide and algicide treatments. This job is very niche, and that the fact that it's aquatic based, I didn't think that's the path I would go, but here we are, and it's actually really cool, and I'm enjoying it a lot. So.
a single thread is unique. Like each of us, full of purpose and potential. A strand designed to connect, strengthen, and unite. But we face different challenges and have different opportunities. By acknowledging that others may struggle in ways we do not, we can celebrate our differences, embrace each other, and fortify the ties among us. A single thread can fray, yet when it's woven with another, a bond forms. A new strength created by the fabric of the whole. Let's embrace the fabric we make together, the diversity of our threads, to reach beyond ourselves and overcome the impossible. The true power of our game comes from unifying our individual backgrounds, connecting our unique stories, enabling us to be stronger, braver, greater. We can achieve so much more when we are all as one.
What a season. The confetti is going to fall.
There she goes, and she's got it. How sweet is this, and how wonderful for the sport.
We know you will find your community along Appian Way here at Keene State College. Over a campfire on the Student Center lawn. In some friendly games and competition. Or in a club you connect to at the Student Involvement Fair. Maybe you will find your people on the courts, in a cheering section in the stands, at the rink on the ice, skating as an owl, or chilling in the yoga studio. Your connections may take place on the quad, listening to music, hanging out with friends, participating in a Keene State tradition like Pumpkin Palooza, or working on a group project, studying with classmates. Maybe your talents will bring you together with your community on one of our stages, in the Maine Theater, or the recital hall at the Redfern Arts Center. For us, community is all about the people you meet and the connections you make. At Keene State, our community is really about you.
My name is Zachary Irving. I am a business management and finance major. After I graduate, I am going up to Bar Harbor, Maine. I'm going to work as a climbing guide for Acadia Mountain Guides. I'm going to get to be outdoors all the time and really do what I'm passionate about, which is teaching other people how to rock climb and showing them the places that I'm passionate about. Keene State allowed me to pursue my passions in a way that convinced me to pursue them for my career, and I'm glad that I'll be able to continue doing that afterwards.
Thanks for joining us here on the Owls Media Network Sullivan Tire postgame show. We're joined by head coach Sarah Testo as Keene State falls to University of Southern Maine 3-2 in extra time. Coach Testo, thanks for being here. We really appreciate your time. How proud are you of this team's ability to fight back, not only through this game but throughout the whole season?
Yeah, very proud of them. I said to them at the end. Yeah, I mean they showed a lot of they overcame adversity at different games. EastCon game losing 1-0, scored 44 seconds left in the game. They definitely fought. We just didn't have what it took today. We needed to play our best game against they're the 3-time defending champs, so had to play your best game against them today. They're battle tested. They've been here. I have a lot of young kids on my team. Only my juniors and seniors have played in a semifinal game. So yeah, I mean, it was a good experience for them, but definitely, thought that we had a good chance this season. I think that we showed during the course of the season that we could play with any team in the conference. We went undefeated, we didn't lose. This was the only loss we have against the LEC team all year.
Granted, it's in overtime too, so.
Yeah. Proud of them. Obviously, we're disappointed right now. Going to give them a couple days off, and then we're going to get back to work, see if we can go win ACAC championship.
Absolutely.
Absolutely, Coach. And you spoke a little bit about this being a new experience for a lot of your players. Obviously, for these seniors and these juniors, how proud are you of them? How happy are you for them to reach this point, a semifinal at home?
Well, I think it's awesome. I think we finished ninth, dead last year,
Yeah.
and we got we were the 2 seed this year. I mean, that's a huge improvement. I think sometimes going through seasons like that, in hindsight, are good. They learned a lot from it. They grew as players, and I think that's why we had the season that we had. Is they're tough. They're tough to beat. I think that's one of the things that a lot of teams would say about us is that we are tough to beat. I think that we gave a good fight against Southern Maine tonight, and they've been here. They've got really experienced players. And we just didn't play our best game tonight, to be honest. We didn't connect the way we normally connect and transition out of the back. And you had to play clean tonight and play, make no mistakes to come out with the win. So they gave us a good game. At least I guess it was a good game. Hopefully it was a good game for the fans.
Absolutely. I think that'll do it. Thanks so much for joining us, Coach Testo. Appreciate it all the time this season.
Yeah, no problem.
Thanks so much.
I remember writing in the 2nd grade that I wanted to be a teacher, and I always knew that I was going to be a teacher. I started school a year early, and it created challenges for me because I wasn't able to pick up material as fast as the other students. Outside of school, my jaju would quiz me on my math facts and read with me. It showed me that even though I had challenges in school, there were still people who wanted to help me. In high school, I knew I had to work harder than everyone else to get the same results, but I had teachers that would help me in subject areas outside of their own because they could relate to how I felt. The way these interactions with my jaju and my teachers made me feel while I was learning is the inspiration for how I'd like my students to feel. I'm able to build relationships and be vulnerable with my students when they're struggling because I've been in their shoes and I know exactly how they feel. Being able to relate to them from my own experience has become a massive asset in becoming a teacher.
My name is Zachary Irving. I am a business management and finance major. After I graduate, I am going up to Bar Harbor, Maine. I'm going to work as a climbing guide for Acadia Mountain Guides. I'm going to get to be outdoors all the time and really do what I'm passionate about, which is teaching other people how to rock climb and showing them the places that I'm passionate about. Keene State allowed me to pursue my passions in a way that convinced me to pursue them for my career, and I'm glad that I'll be able to continue doing that afterwards.
The road to national championships runs through NCAA.com. And whether you follow one college team or all of them, it's never been easier to get the content you want all in one place. With live broadcasts of multiple championships across all divisions, with exclusive access.
Turn this music on, we still dancing.
And highlights for every single championship. Stay in the game all season long with NCAA.com, the home of college sports.
I worked in HVAC when I was in high school, and I really liked being on a job site. When Keene State came to my high school, the admissions counselor told me I could have a job on a job site and also make a difference on people's lives. He said being a safety engineer meant I could work with my hands, but also make sure that everybody was going to be home safely at the end of the day. The safety field is growing rapidly because companies are noticing that keeping their workers healthy means that they can keep their workers working. My plan is to graduate from Keene State so I can get back onto a job site as a safety engineer. It's great because there's jobs to choose from all over the United States, so I can basically go anywhere I want. Keene State is giving me the tools to make that happen.
And welcome back. A heartbreaker here for Keene State women's soccer as they fall in the LEC semifinal in overtime. Michaela Magid got the overtime winner for the Huskies to propel them to the LEC championship on Saturday, where they will host number 4 seed Western Connecticut State. Keene State Athletics on the Owls Media Network is brought to you by Engelberth Construction, New Car Nissan of Keene, Brickhouse Pizza and Wings, Fenton Family Dealerships, Chartwells, C&W Services, Fieldstone Land Consultants, the Melanson Company, Sid's Carpet and Snooze Room, Sullivan Tire, Northeast Delta Dental, Quality Care, the New Hampshire Army National Guard, Bellavance Beverages, and the Luxury Box Photo Booth. We have plenty more action coming up on the Owls Media Network. Tomorrow night is the LEC semifinal for field hockey. The Owls will also host Southern Maine. That one will start at 6 p.m. on Friday. Women's volleyball takes on Western Connecticut at 5. Men's basketball on the road to start their season. Women's ice hockey also on the road. Men's ice hockey will be home against Babson for their first LEC matchup of the season. And then Saturday, we have a men's and women's ice hockey doubleheader on the Owls Media Network at 3:30 and at 7 p.m. For Carson Flake, Elias Stoll-Aliman, and our great team here on the Owls Media Network, my name is Teddy Steinberg. Thank you for watching and have a great night.
You have been watching a Keene State Athletics broadcast on the Owls Media Network. Please tune in to our next broadcast and thank you for watching.